So previously on No One Survived, we started the series blind to the game mechanics, which lead us to fall into the schemes of this evil merchant that unleashed the Horde on day 1. After multiple unfortunate deaths, I'm slowly getting the hang of the game, but I still have much to learn as we move forward. By day 10, after organizing my stuff, I plan to get back to the place of my first death and try if I can still retrieve my items back. Since I'll be retrieving my previous bag, I won't need this one I'm using, so I left this bag in one of the houses nearby, build a bow and some arrows, and continue my way to here. I tried to find my items and even reviewed the previous footage to where exactly I should have dropped it, but there was nothing. I think when you died again after not retrieving your first item drop, it would be overwritten and just disappear. What a waste. So I just went to the nearby abandoned shack to hopefully get a bag, and luckily we found a large backpack with some bullets inside this cabinet. I think we left this previously when we traveled to the mine, but I just forgot. Anyways, it is what we need and we can now start our looting run. On our way to this shack, we spotted this row of houses on the other side of the street, so that's our next target. But before that, we crafted our first straw mattress to save ourselves the hassle of wasting time, just to go back to base after that. Setting spawn location and resting, we immediately went to the nearby houses. There are a few zombies nearby, so I have to be careful not to attract a lot of them. I crouched my way to this house and only found one canned food, not looking great. So I continued my way to another house, found some dog food, and my first military backpack. Nice. It has more capacity than the large backpack, and there's 2 of them. I also found these bullets, which will be useful once we found our guns. On our way outside, a zombie found us and come running in full speed. I was able to dispatch it easily, but it was able to scratch me twice. That is still rather high, so I continued my way to another house. After trying to dispatch this zombie with my bow, it was very slow, so I chose to slice it with a sword instead. After retrieving my arrow, I continued looting and found more food. Attracted the zombie, got hit, and was now bleeding. But fortunately, I have a bandage that I looted from the other house. I attracted another zombie and another zombie, but was able to dispatch them with ease. It's getting darker outside, but we still have more to loot. So I looted another house and found this gun, more food, and a water bottle, and another military backpack. Since I have more storage to fill, I left one backpack full of loot in the street and yet another bag for me to fill, and the looting run continues. After dispatching this slow zombie near this watchtower-like structure, I looted this small warehouse and was disrupted by more zombies. Found some bullets and suppressor, which is still not useful for now. I continued my way to another house and found this small clinic and got a lot of vaccines, antiviral shots, and adrenaline shots. Nice find. And I also found some books and some more antibiotics. I'm looting this house and was distracted by a zombie sound from outside. I opened the door and got attacked by this runner. I got infected by the virus and was also bleeding. After dispatching the zombies, I stopped the bleeding, and luckily, I now have a vaccine to stop the spread of this virus. I would have died if I didn't find the vaccine this time. I continued looting and found this zombie dog roaming outside. I positioned myself on its path but was attacked by these 2 running zombies instead. So I equipped my bow, whittled their health down, and cleaned them up with my sword. I also cleared up these 2 zombies first before trying to fight with that zombie dog. However, I noticed this spitting zombie on the side, so I walked further away from the dog before fighting the zombie. I only have 1 arrow left, so I shot 1 arrow to stop its spit for a while and ran first to find more stone to craft some arrows. After finding some stones, I hid beside this tree and crafted my needed arrow. After 4 arrows, that creature isn't dead yet and was able to hit me while I took another stone. So I ran further to get more stones and sticks, crafted 3 more arrows, and finally brought the abomination down. After clearing another zombie, I tried to clear up this zombie dog, but it was able to land multiple bites to me, which resulted to another contamination from that virus. Using another antiviral shot and patch up my wounds, I decided to return to base. On the way to my bag, I saw this gas station, so I decided to loot this place first before I returned home. While looting this car near the station, it sounded an alarm, so I just ran and decided to call it a day and just return to base. After dispatching the zombie that was attracted by the alarm, I immediately took my bag on the street and do this trick so that I can bring me another backpack home. While on my way home, I encountered this sandstorm of sort. I really don't like the sound of this. Luckily, I'm already on my way home when this passed by. I immediately stored my loot when I returned to base, and I also decided to build my first handcart. This would be useful as I can store multiple bags in it and multiply my storage space when I loot. This would maximize the amount I can loot without going back to base. So I crafted some planks and got some simple parts to finally build this handcart. I also built this stick and log storage to free up inventory space for excess sticks and logs. By morning of day 12, I decided to visit the local merchants to check what I can learn from them and what can I buy. My target is to buy a repair kit or pick up some extra guns, magazines to trade for goods or donate them to the merchants so I could learn skills from them. The merchant southwest from the base got guns to trade and can teach cooking for skills. I still don't need it at the moment, so I chose to leave and went for another merchant north of my base. It only has food to trade and can teach agriculture. It is not also the things and skills I need the most, and the next merchant is quite far, so I decided to walk home. I looted this car, triggered an alarm. Fortunately, no zombie came and I found these 2 hiking bags. I returned here with my cart. Before I returned to base, I looted the cars near this gas station and triggered another alarm. It attracted this swarm of zombies with another spitter. I tried to hit close range but it speed faster than my swing, so it cancelled all my attacks. So I chose to run towards the trees for some cover. Luckily, it got stuck near a tree, so I snuck near it, patched up myself as I am close to dying and healed up a little bit before attacking it one last time before it go down. I returned to base and decided to build my own horde base as the next horde night is coming. My plan was to build a single hallway that would funnel all zombies and put layers of wooden spikes to stop their movement and lower their health while attack them from the distance. I thought it was a nice plan, so I started the tree chopping grind as I need a lot of logs and planks. I rested from the chopping spree and decided to get the 2 hiking bags near the gas station, fought some zombies, and rested for a while to regain back my fatigue meter. It was day 13 that I started chopping woods again. Lots of woods using my new backpacks as additional storage space. By day 14, the foundation of the horde base was completed, but I have to put up some walls and spike barricades, so I still have a lot to do. Let's continue chopping. 1 hour before the horde, I was able to finish the walls of the hallway and another layer of walls beside it, so they have no direct access to where I am at during the horde night. I was also able to put up some spike defenses at the entrance of the hallway. I have no more logs though to put up defenses on the side, but hopefully this would be enough. During the horde night, the initial attack came from the left side. A speeding zombie was attacking the walls. I was in panic that they won't use the hallway to attack and just destroy the sides, but after a while, they start pouring on the hallway. At that moment, I noticed the first weakness of my horde base. They can easily jump, forfeiting the effectiveness of my spikes, and I don't even have a single light, which makes it even harder. They jumped and destroyed my spikes, making me defenseless and no choice but to attack them using my sword. They kept pouring while the spitting zombie keeps on attacking mercilessly far away. I was swarmed and eventually killed on my second horde mount. I respawned in my base and checked the destruction they made. I retrieved my items and saw that all the spikes in the hallway was destroyed. I realized that this amount of spikes won't be enough and I need a wider hallway and need to stop them from jumping by making a roof. I also need a light source so I could attack them with a bow. I also need some walls to prevent the spitting zombies from hitting me. With that in mind, I spent day 15 and day 16 renovating my horde base by widening the hallway. This is in turn increased my engineering skill to level 4. By day 17, I started rebuilding the spike defenses around the horde base. I put up these nicely layered spike defenses in the hallway. Hopefully, this would be enough for the next horde. I also put 2 campfire near the entrance of the hallway and 1 inside so I could see them and use some long-range attack to whittle them down. I also placed down this scaffold at the back of my horde base. I plan to use the scaffold to jump from the top as an entrance to my horde base. This would let me close the horde base completely, so the only thing I would need to do is to enter and fight the horde. After finishing the defenses of my horde base, at least 1 layer of spikes, I decided that it's time for another loot run. With my new handcart, I could loot more things with me, so when this sandstorm subsided, I targeted this place north of my base to try my luck for some loots. It was day 18 when I arrived in this place. It was a farm with some houses and a warehouse I could loot, were some foods, seeds, and some tools I could use, and this hiking bag that I immediately put in my cart for extra storage. After looting all the houses, I decided to check out next this light brown patch in the map, but before doing so, I put up this basic bed, just in case there are threats in the place. At the place, I noticed this boar on the other side of the fence, so I used the fence to defend me while I hit the boar with my bow. After looting and skinning the boar, I noticed this huge bear from the distance. It's quite far to use the fence method, so I decided to walk away from it instead. It's now that I noticed that the place the bear is staying have a lot of different stones I could mine. But since the bear is in the area, I think I should try to mine in the outskirts instead. So I walked slowly while monitoring the movement of the bear. I didn't think there would be a great mining spot here, so I didn't bring my own iron pickaxe. So I need to make myself a stone pickaxe. I found some silver ores and clay and tried to find a different stone color hoping to get an iron node, but I kept on getting silver ore instead. While walking in the outskirts of the mining field, I walked past this small walkway with fences. So I followed this path and came across this car with smoke coming out from its front side. It was a repairable car. Nice. I tried to enter the car and it's really not working. I only need to find a way to repair this thing so I can travel much faster. I noted this place and continue my way toward these buildings near me. I equipped my spear on the ready and decided to get more stones and sticks to craft some arrows so I could be ready for this looting expedition. When I entered these folded up fences, I turned right and decided to loot these warehouses first. Patched these zombies with my bow, headshot, and looted this warehouse. Found some toolkits, coal, and oil. Not sure of their use but decided to pick them all. This box has got another toolbox to waste more inventory space. Speaking of inventory space, the same toolbox fell to the ground as I don't have space for it right now. So I arranged some things and picked it up to finally waste my inventory space. The other box got nothing useful in it but decided to pick it all up. On my way to the next warehouse, found this aluminum nugget on the ground so I picked it up. The next warehouse got a zombie in it. It walked slow so I readied my spear and crouched to get near it. I got sidetracked and was hit by a zombie first. It was a tough bastard but eventually was brought down by my horrendous spear techniques. Even until the end, it refuses to bow down. What a zombie. Anyways, I looted this warehouse and found more not so useful stuffs. Give me guns and bullet please. Struggling with limited inventory space, I returned to my cart to transfer everything I got. After eating and drinking to replenish myself, I get back to looting but saw this spitting zombie. So I tried to hit it with my bow. Luckily, it didn't hit as I don't really like to waste time with that monster. Saw this zombie outside. Since it's an easier game, I chose to dispatch it instead. But this police zombie came running from the left side so I dispatched it first before clearing this slow zombie. I returned to loot this warehouse and found more useless toolkit and decided to leave it as it takes too much inventory space. Scouting the area, I found this other warehouse on the left. Got sidetracked by the oil well. I'm not sure how to use this so I continue my way. Before I go deeper, I decided to return to my car to drop some loot and bring the cart with me instead of going back and forth. In the next warehouse, I found this zombie guarding it, dispatched it easily, and once again found by police zombies. I looted the place but found only nuggets of ores. At this time, it's getting foggy. I chickened out looting more as it's hard to see clearly. I decided to call it a day and just return home. I followed this path, tempted to check other looting areas but decided to move on. I was found by this running zombie. After dispatching it, I decided to check this warehouse and was greeted by this twin-tail zombie, Get Trapped. After looting its zombie gums, I silently moved toward the warehouse. Saw this zombie inside and was hesitant to attack it as it might attract the zombie outside. So I decided to enter the other side instead. Luckily, it was well worth the risk as I found more iron tools. After looting, I immediately moved towards my cart and decided to go home. It was very foggy. Hopefully, the bear won't decide to jump scare me in this fog. It was already 11 AM of day 19 when I returned to base. As I'm short of clean water, I decided to first cook up some, as I'm currently getting thirsty. I also cook up this boar meat that decided to disappear after it got cooked. I'm so confused about it, but nevertheless just cook another batch and eat one immediately. I experimented also by combining 2 portions of cooked meat and 1 portion of water, which resulted to a broth which now increased some carbohydrates and thirst. After filling my stomach, I decided to dismantle this sledgehammer as I don't plan to use it and it took too much inventory space. This is one of the ways you get iron ingot in this game. Oh, and I get 3 from that. Nice. So I decided to dismantle more unneeded tools to get more iron ingots. Then I crafted more storage boxes to store my loots. After organizing my loots, by early morning of day 20, I decided to head south to loot more houses. On my way, I noticed something moving in the woods near the car. It was a lone wolf. After 6 arrows wasted, I finally was able to hit it once to get its attention. While it's running, I tried to hit it to stop it at its track. Hit after hit, I chipped away its health but my arrow stack was used up and it was able to run near me. Gently equipped my spear but was beaten by it 3 times before going down. I took its meat and hide and finally got my first wolf trophy. Nice! And that's all we got for today, my friends. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And see you on the next one.